But you know what? I didn't hesitate, and I didn't feel bad. I had to take care of myself. I had to. Kids had been, I kind of got the attitude. I copped a burnout attitude is, you didn't care 5 years ago. All of a sudden now you care. And I realized that was a little jaundiced. I was a little caustic and bitter as part of my burnout, but I had to take care of myself. I had to set those boundaries, and I did the best I could within my capacity. I realized my worth, and I reassessed my values and I reassessed my objective. That my objective was to do the best I could within my limits, and that if I was no longer capable, then nobody got anything. So that was something that I set along my work-life balance. Recently, I have been really in a difficult place with a lot of stress and grief and loss. And, that can really have an impact on your life, on your work. And so I have really had to kind of look at myself and go, okay, I've noticed that my work-life balance is not quite the way I would like it. And so revisited my values, revisited my objective, revisited my worth, and said, yeah, I think that that I can make some shifts here. I can make some intentional changes rather than just reacting to whatever's happening that day and whatever's on my calendar. I can be intentional, and I can go, okay, here's how this is going to work, and here's how I'm going to take care of myself, and here's how I'm going to get well again. In addition to like some physical illness that I've had, just some random allergies and colds and flus and the stuff that you get this time of year anyway, in addition to how I'm feeling. So when it comes to work-life balance, we have to make a vow, right? And then the second WW is something I learned from some classes that I took, and it's a win-win. What is now and what is next? It's a win-win. What is now? What is next? That is so helpful. What is right now in front of you that you need to do that is going to help you in the immediate? Like, what is right now that needs to be doing? And then what's the next right thing to do? And quite frankly, those two things are the only real things you need to worry about because pretty soon what is now is going to change, and what is next is going to change. So that's how I manage my version of work-life balance. Now, I get it. I live alone. Just me and my dog Bobby here, and my dog Bobby adores me. So he is not a problem. He's not demanding. The only thing he wants to do is eat and go out. That's it. Those are the only two demands Bobby gives on me. And if I don't react immediately, he just goes back to bed and is like, she'll get to it eventually. So I have no stresses at home. The only demands that are on me is when am I going to fix and what am I going to fix for dinner or lunch or breakfast. So my work-life balance, really, I have to be careful, because I can ignore everything in my home life and say that doesn't matter. Only thing that really matters is my work, and just be in here all the time, or be in here in my head all the time. So for me, I have to really kind of look at what are some things that I can do outside of work that are going to help with my work-life balance. And I got to look at my values, which I just did with you. I have to look at my objective, which is to stay healthy and stay well so I can keep bringing cool stuff to you. And I have to look at my worth, which sometimes is in the tank. I'm the first to admit it. There are times when I just feel worthless, and I feel really like, who the hell do you think you are? Sitting here in front of a computer talking to that little white light like anybody cares. And I know you do, and I know you're there. So that's what's happening here. And that's really what I wanted to talk to you about today, is work-life balance. As peer supporters, you get challenged in so many ways that make you just kind of go, wow, right? My boss doesn't even know what a peer supporter does, but you do, right? You do. So make a vow to yourself and figure out what is your values. What are your personal values? There's lots of different ways to sort your values and identify what they are. But if you just kind of think about, where do I spend my time? Where do I spend most of my thoughts? What drives my heart? That's kind of how I look at what are my values. So, yeah, that's what's happening here. What are your values? What's your objective? What is your worth? and what is now and what is next. So win-win, worth, objective, values. Wow, 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 wow. All right, that's me. I'm Mary Jad Wisiak, and I'm so happy to come to you today. And I want to also remind you that this is one of the modules, work-life balance is one of the modules in our CARES Toolkit, Essential Skills for Peer Support Specialists. So www.carestoolkit.com. And I hope that you'll check it out and see if there's anything in there that's helpful for you. And that's all. Have a fantastic weekend, and you know what to do, right? Stay hopeful.